In talking to people about axes and hatchets, I'm often asked what I recommend for purchase regarding a new hatchet. Now, a lot of people would jump straight to recommending, buy quality and, you get what you pay for, and maybe you should buy a Grand Force Brooks or a Wetterlings or something like that. Well, they're expensive. And also, most likely if somebody's asking you what you recommend, it means they don't know much about using a hatchet. And so what I typically recommend actually is to buy a half hatchet. And if you really think about a half hatchet, the things that I complain about most are that people abuse the pull of a hatchet, either by how they they'll hammer on it with something hard, which you should never do even with a hammer surface, but often they use it as a hammer. And so this actually has a hammer pull, and so it's a little bit more durable in being abused. Having a straight handle gives you more control of both surfaces if you're using the pole for a hammer or if you're chopping. But in general, I like a straight handle more than a curved handle anyway, just for control. Curved handles are generally for speed. And then also, having a straight cutting edge actually it makes it safer to use. Let's just say here, for an example, in this circle, if I'm chopping against this circle, if I'm chopping this way, and I for some reason understrike a little bit, that tip is going to dig into the material and stay there rather than deflect. If this is a curved face and I understrike a little bit, the curve of the surface I'm striking plus the curve of the axe is going to drive a deflection and make it even worse. Whereas if I miss a little bit with this straight edge, that tip is going to dig into that material. And the same thing goes for overstrikes. If I overstrike a little bit, it's not going to deflect forward and have me smash into the handle. It's still going to dig into stuff. So it's actually safer to use a straight edge like this for chopping, especially in versatility of like doing things like limbs and things like that. It's just, overall, I think a half hatchet is really a better way to go, especially for a novice. Another thing about these less expensive hatchets, this is a Vaughn. It's about 20 bucks. It needs to be sharpened, and so by recommending one of these, you're also recommending an opportunity for them to learn how to sharpen it. So you could teach them. There's a lot of different edges because it needs to be sharpened. You could do sort of a blunter edge if they're going to be doing a lot of splitting. If they say that they're going to be using it for everything, you can maybe do more of a 20 degree. You have the opportunity to do a convex or a flat Swedish type. A lot of different availability here for customizing this hatchet to a new person's needs. So consider the half hatchet.